So today we're going to be covering some Call of Duty Infinite Warfare news. Let's get right into the video, guys. So today on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare news and info, we're going to be covering some Call of Duty Infinite Warfare news, and this news is from the Long Sensation, a fellow Call of Duty news YouTuber, which you guys should check out in the link down in the description. And basically this news is in a form of an email that Long Sensation got at the beginning of April, and the title of this email was Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. So you're probably asking me, why am I covering this so late if he already covered this, or why did he not cover this in April? And we all know in April we did not know anything about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. So basically Long Sensation is a huge Call of Duty YouTuber in terms of subs. Like 8,000 is huge for me at least, and if you get emails daily like this, you would think that this is fake just because he in the beginning of the email says he has no proof nor substantial evidence to support my claims. Basically says that this could be fake, could not. So basically I would not have covered this. If I was in this place I probably would, just because I'm a greedy motherfucker like that. But we're going to cover this email and overall just tell you guys all about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, what's going to be happening with the movement, weapons, maps, and kill streaks, and some other features. So Call of Duty Infinite Warfare sets the Call of Duty franchise well beyond Earth's atmosphere. Infinity Ward aims to provide fans with a brand new Call of Duty experience like never seen before. Your spaceship headquarters will be the new central hub for all decision making. After all, a whole galaxy to explore, your next decision should be made carefully. So basically he talks about a spaceship headquarters, which I think is going to be like the safe house from Call of Duty Black Ops 3, just because, you know, I don't think we're going to be getting any spaceships in multiplayer. So if you want to check on your, customization, your maps, how you're going with the campaign, you go in that spaceship and you check everything. Sort of like that free to play game on PS4. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a really cool game. So yeah, something like that. And yeah, I like that concept. So yeah, movement mechanics will almost be identical to Call of Duty Black Ops 3 with sliding, thrusting, and double jumping. What will make the movement stand out from previous Call of Duty titles is that gravity will sometimes change on different maps, which will change your playstyle. This feature is very prominent in campaign and will likely come to multiplayer for 1 or 2 maps as a possible interactive feature, hitting a anti-gravity button for example. So basically he talks about movement, and in terms of movement he talks about that it's going to be exactly like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and it's going to have sliding, thrusting, and double jumping. Now double jumping, I'm assuming it's not going to be a W style of double jumping, because if that were the case you would jump across the map basically with a W jumping. But I think it's going to be sort of like a light double jumping feature, and gravity is going to have some changes on the maps, which is going to be coming from campaign. So this feature, like I said, campaign is going to be very heavy on this gravity style of movement, but multiplayer is probably going to be having boots on the ground / Call of Duty Black Ops 3 movement with gravity. And the anti-gravity button looks to be a very interesting thing to do, and he says examples. So basically don't take this as the gospel truth. It is just a leak that could possibly be fake, and we still don't know if it's Infinite Warfare, if it's 100% confirmed or if it's not, so take this with a grain of salt. Now Call of Duty Infinite Warfare having a anti-gravity button on maps is going to be pretty interesting. Like imagine you're just walking on a certain part of a map and someone presses that anti-gravity button, which you don't know how you can obtain. We just press it in the middle of the map where you have to do something to actually get it, and you just suddenly just jump in the air and you start running, you start wall running, you do whatever, and it just sounds so interesting. I think it's going to bring a new playstyle into Call of Duty with this anti-gravity button if it does end up being in the game. So yeah, weapons will be a mixture of standard military weapons as well as fictional weapons. Think weapons from a lot of other futuristic games such as Destiny and Halo. One thing to know is that the health of the players in multiplayer is identical to previous games, that gives it that Call of Duty feel. So that Call of Duty feel is basically that low amount of health in terms of Call of Duty compared to Destiny and Halo, just because I think loads of people associate these space style of games, Destiny and Halo for example, with high health, and I think Call of Duty needs to have that Call of Duty feel style of health, just because I think that's one of the most prominent features in Call of Duty, having that health that just you shoot someone with 5 bullets, they die, and not having to basically pour 10 mags of some assault rifle into a guy for him to die. I think that's going to be pretty cool, and keep that in mind when you're reading this. And weapons, a standard military weapon and basically some fictional weapons. I think the standard military weapons, basically it's going to be a W, like you have the MP40, the AK-47 for example, and you have fictional weapons like the EM1 and the Quantum, whatever it's called. And basically I think it's going to be just a W copy and paste, just different style of weapons. I don't know if we're going to be getting laser weapons, but something like that probably. Maps will take place on Earth, space stations, and other various planets. Infinity Ward loved the small interactions that they added in Ghost. Expect similar interactive events on a much larger scale. So basically, I think we're going to be getting a very high variety of maps just because we can travel to basically any planet we want with these, spaceships and stuff like that. So Earth, space stations, and other various planets. I think that's going to affect the gravity because if you think about it, other planets have different kinds of gravity. Like on some planets are going to be lighter, on some planets are going to be kind of heavier. So I don't know if that's going to affect the gravity. I know it is, but I don't know if it's going to affect the gravity in game and have different styles of movement. I think that's going to be confusing to a lot of players, so they're probably going to keep it simple and one style of gravity. They also said they added stuff like in COD Ghost in terms of interactions per maps. I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle of Battlefield 4 and COD Ghost, just because I think Battlefield 4 style of Levolution would be too much and COD Ghost would be too little. So I think they're going to come up with a new fresh, Levolution style of maps. So yeah, Killstreak. The space theme offers a lot in terms of brand new Killstreaks, but many Killstreaks will be similar to previous titles and just have a futuristic spin. So he says that space theme offers a lot in terms of brand new Killstreaks, but it looks like Infinity Ward actually decided to stick with a lot of other ideas for Killstreaks and just have a space skin to them. Like maybe we have a giant spaceship that comes in like the mothership or something like that, which I think is going to be interesting. We could have like a giant lasers killstreak, which I think I want really bad, like a giant laser killstreak that just kills everyone on the map and is beast as fuck. So yeah, other features. Supply drops are returning. Obviously at the moment cosmetic items are only going to be available, but I expect that to change. Field loaders are returning, and I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing, just because field loaders I think could have been much more in COD Ghosts and not just been available on a few maps, and other maps are just going to be just getting a care package with nothing in it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And also a secret streak is set to return as a 25 kill streak, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be some kind of chem strike or some kind of DNA bomb which is going to kill everyone, just because that's the style of Infinity Ward. They kill everyone on the map with their 25 kill streaks. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the 1080p 60 FPS COD Ghosts gameplay. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys. See ya. Tell me with your